Today's video, we're going to be doing this tree of life cutout, and there's a little number that comes in these little cutouts, and you just pop it out. It comes out really easy. I am going to paint the outline of this frame black. It's going to make it really pop with all the colors that I'm going to put in here, and you can choose any color that you like. I prefer to use the black color, and I'm doing both the front and back side of this. And I'm just using a sponge and some paint, and then I just dried it. So for the backer, I get asked a lot of questions. What do you use? I've used resin tape, I've used contact paper, I've used vinyl, but this is actually paper transfer tape. There's a couple of different brands that you can use. It doesn't have like a peel off piece. It's just a roll, and it looks like a giant roll of masking tape, if I'm being honest. And then I'm just using this piece of wood that I had left over as a brayer. You could use a rolling pin, you could use a popsicle stick, you can use anything. And I'm just gently adhering the paper transfer tape to the back of this cutout. Now that's what's going to hold all the stuff that we're going to put in inside. I am going to cut off the excess. You can also like fold over the corners if you want to. It's completely up to you. So I'm using crushed glass. We also carry the crushed glass along with these wood cutouts. And I'm using the mocha mist color, and that's going to be for the tree trunk. And you can use other things. You could use like mica, you can use glitter, you can use so many different things in these cutouts to use your creativity to make this whatever you like. So again, mocha mist is going in. It is 1 to 3 millimeter glass in size. For the ground area where the roots look like they're going in, I'm using olive meadow and golden honey kind of mixed together to make that blend of colors at the bottom. It looks really cool when you put the resin in, and it looks like there's different colors and shades together. It's really fun. It looks like an ombre, sort of. So I'm just using my finger. I had been using gloves. You don't have to use gloves. It's kind of sharp, but not really. But it's up to you. For the sky, I'm using Daydream mixed with the glass slipper. It's clear glass. And I'm just putting in the blue first, that Daydream, and then putting that clear over the top of it and using my finger to kind of mix it together. And then I'm just kind of patting it in because it is a larger surface, like a space there. I'm using Firestorm. This is like a red color for some of the leaves. That's what we're going to be doing now, is all the different color of leaves in this tree of life. And you can do whatever colors you like. This is really whatever your interpretation is of this tree of life. I'm also using this color Lemon Drop. It is a really, really vibrant yellow, and I love it. I'm using Treetop for the green, and I'm just doing different leaves. Now, you could do some of these to where it looks like the sky and there's less leaves. It's completely up to you, but I just used colors in the tree to do like all colors. And then I'm using Royal Blue as a deep blue color. And I'm just using tweezers if I get the glass in other areas that don't need to be in the little openings. That is Sunset Glow. That's a really bright orange, very, very pretty. Again, using lots of colors on this one. This is, I believe, Mermaid Tail. That is a really pretty color as well. And I'm also using Majestic Plum for a little bit of a purple. And so you can see how it looks, and I'm just showing you from a first perspective of what it looks like. Now I'm using KHKD resin. I really like this. I've been using it quite a lot, and I'm mixing 1-to-1 ratio. And I just wanted to show like how there's little swirls when you put the part A and part B together, and you want to mix your resin really good according to the instructions of whatever brand you use until there's no little swirls. There's no little ribbons of like mixture, and it's really clear. I still always have bubbles. I think it just is what it is. You can buy these machines that take out the bubbles, but I don't really want to do that. I don't want to spend my time doing that. So for this, the bubbles aren't really that super recognizable because there is crushed glass in here. And then all I'm using is this silicone mixer. Sometimes you can use a popsicle stick or whatever. I'm just using it to drizzle into the little openings, and it is getting on the wood outline frame. I like that look. Some people don't like that look. It's up to you what you like. I personally love it. I did have to mix a little bit more because my cups are smaller. So I did order some larger cups to mix larger amounts of resin. But I am using this 100 milliliter cup, and I did use all of it. And I think I mixed up another like 30 milliliters. And then I'm using that tool I got from the Dollar Tree just to make sure I get all the resin into the little corners. And I'm coating the whole entire thing with this resin. And like I said, if you don't want the outline, covered in resin, you could use a dropper, like a little dropper tool. Those I've used for some other projects, but for this one, I'm just using this little, stir stick. So pour it in. I don't pour it all in at once because it's hard to take away. And you don't want to just over pour areas and then it run everywhere. I've had that problem happen. So this is where I mixed up that second batch. I didn't do it. I clipped it out so you didn't have to watch all that part, but I'm just pouring it in. And then I am using the heat tool and I'm pushing it inward. I've learned don't go to the outside because it will run off the edges. Just, I'm trying to heat up some of the bubbles and blow it inward so we don't have any runoff. I'm also going to use alcohol. I'm using 91% alcohol and I'm going to mist over it to help pop the bubbles. Right here, I'm using a paintbrush just to kind of cover the frame the way that I want it to look and give it that really shiny, glass look. That's what the look I'm going for. This is faux stained glass. It's a sun catcher. It's really fun. There's that alcohol. And then here's what it looks like peeling off the back. Now I let this cure, not fully, but most of the way. And it just peels right off, super easy, no residue left behind. This is what it looks like outside. I hope you love it. Check out our wood cutouts and our glass. Hope you follow along for more, and thanks for watching.